Gemini, this is a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Also check your North Node, or wherever you might have Gemini placements. And I hope you're doing well. Knight of Cups. Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. These are cards quite new and slippery, so yeah. Okay, Seven of Swords, Nine of Cups, Ace of Cups, Ace of Cups. So yeah, you know, good loving space here, Gemini. You might need to do some work on your heart chakra. You have Knight of Cups is the issue here, crossing that Page of Wands. So this could be an obstacle for you, Gemini. Seven of Swords. We're just going through a Scorpio full moon, so you know you might be, noticing your emotions and intensifying, and things might be, coming up to the surface for you at the moment, Gemini. Hold tight, Ace of Swords. Yeah, you need to speak up. You know, ruled by Mercury. Communication is your key skill, Gemini. So you need to speak your truth. You need to express yourself clearly at the moment, especially because you have the Page of Swords here. You know, and that could be that you're being watched. I mean, you might be watching somebody, or somebody could be watching you, and this could be to do with your romantic life, Gemini, because you have Ace of Cups, Knight of Cups. So kind of love is on your mind here, Knight of Cups. Could be something that, you know, is coming in for you, or but there, maybe you're watching somebody, or somebody's watching you, Gemini. Maybe trying to find out a little bit more about you, perhaps. The Chariot, so that's your outcome, and that's forward movement. Seven of Pentacles, so bottom of the deck. So Gemini, I wonder, yeah, Nine of Cups, recent past. You know, you've got it all going on, Gemini. Everything's going on for you here. You're very secure. You're financially, you're fine. Your stability is great. You know, you're good on your own if you're on your own. But there is an issue here around love. Also, you need to, I wonder if you're, you might be a bit up in your head about it, and you might be being watched by somebody. Somebody could have their eye on you, or you could have your eye on somebody. Take that how it resonates. Nine of Cups, everything's good, everything's, you know, it seems to me, Ten of Cups, you're heading for, you know, complete, you have the Nine of Cups already, Gemini, which is fulfillment in your own life, and you're looking for the Ten of Cups. It seems to me that there's, you know, you're looking for that Ten of Cups, completion, and you could be, you know, looking at a partnership or wanting a partnership. Or there's something here, you know, with potential. Yeah. Perhaps you've walked away from something recently, Gemini. But you might be feeling as if, you know, you don't know enough about something. You have, you know, there's not enough information, that you need to find out more. You have the Moon card, which is, you know, symbolic of confusion as well, and secrets. And you might have a secret admirer even here, or you might be admiring somebody here. And it's a bit of a lack of clarity, that you need to be able to speak your truth and be able to express yourself and say what you think, say what you mean, you know, without holding back. You know, if you're up in your head a little bit, then, you know, try to get back into your heart space. Ace of Cups here, and don't overthink things, because Gemini, that is a very likely thing you could be doing, is overthinking in the world. So yeah, influences. You could be finding your world is sort of opening up a little bit right now, and things, because you're feeling more optimistic about, changes that could be going on. Number 3, perhaps it's you've been manifesting change, and your energy again, 8 of Wands, it's Gemini energy. Fast communication coming in, or your communication, you need to maybe focus a lot more on your communication, how you communicate and what it is you say and how it is you say it. There is forward movement, you have the Chariot, so you're moving forwards into possibly a new direction, doing things differently, understanding that there are obstacles always, when you take new journeys, or when you're moving forward into a different perhaps direction. I think there's a bit of confusion here, Gemini, maybe a bit confused about something, because you don't have all the facts. Maybe because you don't have all the facts and the thoughts, there's some confusion, and you might be unsure about something here, or someone's unsure about you. But there is movement forwards, and that's that kind of what's Cancer energy, Sagittarius energy. So that's that sort of embracing change, and also being able to move forward, with that direction of change, with the flow. There's a water and fire element to this particular energy, which is go with the flow and also take direction forwards. Fiery. I think you need to trust a little bit more in the process. The Chariot here. Trust a bit more in the process, of where you're going. And you have a nudge here. Families. This could be to do with your family as well. There could be your family could be having an influence over things at the moment, or you could be inviting a new addition to your family. Change. Could be where the change is happening. The world here is linked with your family life, your home life, and that there could be some changes that might be quite fast, that might be happening this year for you. And there's no resistance cards here, Gemini. There's more like you're maybe a bit unsure about something. That's what the Seven of Swords and Page of Wands. It could be that you're looking into something new, and you don't know enough about this, and maybe looking to understand a bit more, or as I said, Page of Wands could be someone's watching you, or what you're doing. So focus on you, and you might be moving. So it could be a change in your family dynamic coming up. You might be moving jobs. You might be moving to a new home. Whatever movement you make right now, Gemini Chariot. Your communication. Be clear with your communication here, because whatever move you're going to make, or in the process of making, is a positive change. Will be a positive change. So this is a general reading. So take that how it resonates to your situation, if it does. But go with the Chariot. That's a nudge to say go with the flow, as well as take that action necessary. Don't force anything either. You might also be wanting to spend more time with family. You might be getting a new pet. You might be getting, you might even be having you might even be pregnant. Congratulations if you are. But there is some kind of change going on within your family, and you're calling in your soulmate. So this could be the thing, that you're calling in your soulmate. Maybe you've met your soulmate and you're unsure, and there's things that you are still trying to understand, or attempting to apply your logic, you know, your air energy, which is very much your thoughts. Yeah, so your romantic life is being affected by children, and this could be something that you're having to, in terms of family changes within the family. The children here could be a factor. You might be combining families. You might be have not seen your children for a while, or there's things you need to do to, with your children. Maybe communicate more with your children here with the Ace of Swords. It might be something you need to do. And also you're being advised to retreat, disconnect a bit from the world, so sort of spend some time. You might have been exceptionally busy recently, Gemini, and you need to sort of pull back and spend a little bit more time with yourself, because you might have quite a lot going on, especially if there are a lot of changes in the world here that you're noticing, you're feeling, you're aware of changes occurring. As there are so many people right now, so don't get caught up. Don't overthink. Don't get caught up in the amount of activity that might be going on around you, because there's a lot of communication going on around you at the moment, Gemini. The Eight of Wands, Ace of Swords. This could be in your immediate world, quite a lot of communication happening, and you need to stay balanced here, so that you can navigate these changes, and it's fine to take time to yourself. It's fine to feel that you need to retreat a bit if your work life is busy, if your family life is busy, or family and work life is busy, then that's okay to do that, and you don't have to pick up every message, every phone call, but be clear when you are communicating with others. Be clear. You're being advised here to be clear in your communication, and come from your logic. Don't get dealing with families can be quite difficult, and not to get emotionally caught up in don't. I'm saying that you should possibly try more to come from your logic here, and communicate clearly with others. Keep your emotions out of it. Especially if that you could be dealing with family, and that's an awkward, sometimes dynamic. Not to get your triggered and get your buttons pushed. So try to see things more logically and come from that sort of more logical mindset when dealing with with others, with your communication, and have patience too. You probably do need to take some time to rest and plan your next, what you're doing next, and be aware of where you're investing your time and your money at the moment, because that it could be that you need to retreat a bit, have take a step back, and have some apply some thought about the next things you're doing. Maybe get everything more kind of aligned, and look at what's coming up for you. Set those goals. See a little bit ahead, if you like. Start making plans for this next few months. A practical plan to what it is you want to do, and to learn from spiritual experience. You have a great teacher here, so you could be teaching and learning at the moment, needing to communicate learning and teaching, needing to communicate clearly, more clearly. Yeah, Seven of Pentacles. So, you know, you've planted a seed. You're growing something. You know, something here. You're growing, Gemini, and it's, you know, it's taking shape. Fruits of your labour. They're taking shape here. You know, so don't stop. Yeah. Yeah, you need to work on your finances. But perhaps that's your focus at the moment. And, you know, you can make it rain. Make it rain. So you could be receiving a lot of abundance at the moment. You could be, you know, focused on that. And you might have, you know, family to focus on, work life to focus on, you know, your, you know, what you're growing, your Nine of Cups, you know, to reach your Ten of Cups, you know, tending to what you've already created and keep focusing, keep working on that. Yeah, trust your instincts more. So, yeah. Have you eaten? You're acting like a big ass baby. You need food in your belly, eat a fucking taco. So, you know, maybe you're a little bit rushed off your feet, and you're feeling that way, and you need to make sure that you are eating right, allowing your time, taking that time out, retreat, take time out to have a really good meal, nurture yourself, make yourself, you know, if you're feeling tired, or you skipping meals, or, you know, not really focusing too much on that, really take the time to do that, because it's a very important part of your self-care to, you know, take time out to make sure that you nourish yourself properly. Or, you know, just going at a takeaway. If you haven't got time right now, if you're feeling under pressure, you don't have the actual time or energy to cook, sometimes just go out and get something to get some quick fuel. I'm not suggesting practicing fast food all the time, but sometimes it's, yeah, I trust and know that goals will be achieved. So have more faith in what you're doing, and that you can achieve those goals if you set your mind to it, especially if you're, you know, what you're doing is linked to communication, because you have quite a lot of air energy here, a lot of communication cards here. So, you know, especially if what you're doing, you know, relies heavily on communication. So trust and know that your goals will be achieved. Be very clear in how you communicate. You know, perhaps you need to be more direct, without being rude. Yeah, I affirm only good in my life. So you might have been, you know, detoxifying. You might have been closing the door on a few things, and, you know, having clear out, and you know, working out what you really need. You know, toxicity, things like that, and to you know, affirm just what's good, what makes you happy, what makes you, you know, what you like, what you like. Affirm, you know, the good things in your life, because you have a lot of good things here going on, Gemini, and to remember to look at the positives for situations. You know, if, for example, somebody might say something negative, or say, you know, be a bit negative around you, you know, don't let that bring you down. You just, you know, maybe, you know, counteract if somebody is a bit negative, but you counteract that with a positive. You know, don't get, you know, don't allow people to sort of bring your energy down just because they might have said something that's negative and it's affected you or hurt you, or, you know, made you feel a bit uncomfortable. You know, don't get into a bitch fight is what I'm trying to say. Just try and see the positives of all situations, so that you know, even if somebody is being a bit negative towards you, or says something negative that, you know, makes you feel a bit down, you know, be careful about who you communicate with and who you talk to, and focus on the good and the positives. You know, trust your instincts. If you have an instinct that something isn't quite right, or something doesn't feel quite, you know, comfortable, or you feel, you know, offended, or, you know, something, or break, you know, if you're around something or somebody who can be a bit abrasive, then, you know, don't judge them on it. Just, you know that, or, you know, counteract it with a, with maybe a positive comment or something. So be careful about that, Gemini. You know, be clear with your communication. Keep that positive as well. And it is difficult when, you know, somebody might say something really negative towards you or at you or something, and you feel, you know, like retaliating. Don't do that. Just come back with something nice. Yeah, and calling in your soul tribe, and you don't have to do it alone. So if you've been feeling alone recently, Gemini, you might have been quite focused on what you're doing. You might have, you know, not been, you know, socialising so much and, you know, around your soul tribe as much. Well, this is all going to change, of course. And, you know, don't be afraid to ask them for help as well, because, you know, that's fine. You know, reach out for help if you need it. Because they more than likely, you know, your soul tribe are there for you. So and also have gratitude for your positive mindset. So whenever you, you know, whenever you are aware of your positivity, you know, be grateful for that, because not everybody is, you know, is positive, and some people can be, you know, quite negative. But that's them, that's their mindset, and it hasn't, you know, really got anything to do with you, per se. But try not to allow that to affect you. You know, especially, you know, if you have the Ace of Cups here, your energy, which is, you know, your heart chakra's open. Yes, you know, things can hurt, but, you know, use that pain, turn it into power, because, yeah, you know, language can be, you know, very clumsy, and sometimes, you know, people might say things that they don't mean, or do hurtful things they didn't necessarily mean to do. So don't take it on board. Don't take it on board, and be direct about how you feel. You know, if someone has upset you, you can say, you know, that you found that upsetting, but you don't have to sort of take a defensive stance in doing that. Yeah. So if you have any, recently you might have lost somebody, or somebody you know, deceased loved one, might be looking over you, watching out for you, and there's a message to say that they are happy and at peace, and they love you very much, so don't worry about them. So if you have, Gemini, recently lost anyone, or, you know, you might be even grieving from the loss of somebody close, then, you know, there's a message to say that you know, they are fine where they are, and they send you lots of love, and not to worry about them. Yeah. So your capacity to turn into the energy. So when you tune into the energy of love, Ace of Cups, which is in, you know, your energy at the moment, Gemini, it gives you the words you need when you're ready to speak up, Ace of Swords. So bearing in mind, having these two cards, you know, speaking from your heart and speaking clearly, and do it with compassion, and when it's time to forgive. Not for them, for you, more than anything. So speak from your heart. Don't be afraid of doing that, because those words will come as clear as day. Yeah, so if, you know, there are people you might have to forgive who recently could have, you know, been, you know, hurtful. Just let it go. Just forgive them, because that's a reflection of them, not you. And, you know, when you're lost, or if you're feeling a bit lost sometimes in your emotions, then just think that, you know, if you let these things go, you know, there's nothing stopping you, holding you back at all. You know, if you speak from the heart, you know, at all times. You know, you're in a much better place. Don't fall into the trap of getting annoyed or angry if, you know, you get triggered or somebody pushes your buttons unintentionally, and it often is unintentionally. You know, and especially when it does come to family, because, you know, obviously your family, your blood, you love them regardless. It doesn't necessarily mean you get on well, and that could be challenging. It doesn't mean to say they know you as well as say your soul tribe know you, and you know that can be a bit of a challenge. But just let it go, because it's, you know, that's not about you. It says, you know, a lot more about them. Yeah. So this could be why you're not sure, and you're wondering if there's somebody in your immediate circle, somebody that you're romantically involved with, perhaps. Some advice that somebody might be wearing a false mask here. So that could be the thing that's making you, you know, keeping you up in your head, because there are things you don't know, or things that, you know, are still not been revealed to you. And that might be, you know, that somebody isn't being completely honest with you, or you're not being completely honest with someone else. Take it how it resonates. But you need to, you know, to stay in your truth, you know, speak your truth, speak from your heart. Don't find yourself in, you know, in retaliation mode either, because that does not help. Yeah. Yeah, so, yeah. Families can be really challenging. I could write a book about it, and I probably am. Yeah, and don't be unapologetic. Go out and get what you want. Go out there, get what you want, what you need. Don't be shy, and trust what you focus on will grow. Seven of Pentacles. So keep that focus going. Don't allow anyone else, even if you're doing, you know, if you're doing something that's quite different, for example, and you're not sure about how it might turn out, focus more on that. Focus more on, you know, growing it, not on what it will grow into, if you see what I mean. But obviously keep focusing on it, which it seems that you are doing, Gemini, with Nine of Cups, the Seven of Pentacles. But keep your communication sharp as you can. You don't need to tell everybody everything. You don't need to tell people why, you know, about your feelings all the time, or how you feel about something if it's uncomfortable. You don't have to explain yourself. You can, you know, be unapologetic about what you want, and trust that as you focus on that, then it will grow. And you will be surprised with the results. Yeah, don't back down either, so stand up for what you believe is right. You know, keep being truthful. Be truthful to yourself, Gemini. You know, don't delude yourself. Don't talk yourself out of things, out of doing things, and be honest with yourself about what is your heart's true desire. So, Ace of Cups, Ace of Swords. You might be facing that at the moment, finding out what your heart's true desire is, and to, you know, follow that Chariot. Communicate, talk about it, write. Perhaps journaling would help you at the moment, because Gemini, you have a very active mind. Mercurial energy, one of, you know, the most active minds. Sagittarius as well, really. Gemini, in a different way. Gemini, your thoughts can get the better of you, being an air sign. So you know, allow yourself to focus on the things that make you happy more than anything else. You know, keep that moving. Don't try not to get too distracted. Perhaps you have a few things going on that you multitask a lot, likely Gemini. And I'm quite sure that some quiet time retreating, spending some time meditating, unwinding your mind, listening to meditation music, yoga, Pilates, something where you can focus on your body, allow your mind to give that some freedom. And Ace of Pentacles, so you know you're doing everything within your power to succeed here, Gemini. And also you have a star, so you might have also been healing family issues. You might have been Nine of Cups twice. You might have been very, very focused on, you know, your own life and what the things that make you happy. And perhaps you've had quite a lot going on here, Gemini, that you could be in need of just pulling back, spending time with yourself, focusing on the things that you enjoy doing over everything else. And be truthful with people. You know, if you don't always have to be agreeing to do everything that comes up for you to do. And I know, Gemini, social butterfly of the zodiac, it's hard for you to turn down things because you like to be, you know, socialising, talking, being with friends. You know, it's what you're very good at. So don't consider what you can really do. Consider what's really achievable, so that you don't find yourself, you know, a little bit frayed and exhausted. You might need to talk to your children about a few things. They might need you to communicate with them more directly, and any family member that you might be dealing with, or family members that you could be dealing with, it might be wise for you to communicate with them in a much more direct and open way. But try and take your emotions out of it, and try and, you know, keep it moving, keep it positive, and keep it, you know, come from your logic there when it comes to that, so that you don't, you know, get into, you know, a mindset of difficulties. Transformation. So things are changing, and you have the Chariot. Things are changing here, and you're feeling those changes, and there could have been some deep healing going on, you know, within you, things that you've been working on, which could very likely involve your family. So allow that if you need more time for yourself, and if you need to detach a bit from the world, you know, switch off your phone, spend time doing something really, really peaceful, relaxing, detach a little bit, then that's something that you can do. I'm going to end your reading there, Gemini. Yeah, if you enjoyed this reading, don't forget to give me the thumbs up. And you can also follow my Instagram page, Art Has Tarot on Instagram, where I post, you know, a few things from time to time that might be helpful or useful in some way. Okay, take care. Yeah, and get excited again, Gemini. Get excited again about life. There's a lot to get excited about, so, you know, get excited again. You know, feel that passion each day for your life, you know, your life. Get passionate about it. Take care. Sending you lots of love. Bye.